May 2nd, 2011, it was exactly 1:15 in the morning. The city of Abbottabad in Pakistan was deep asleep. Streets were empty. Silence had spread across every corner. Near the Pakistan Military Academy, people in big houses were sleeping peacefully. Everything was calm. Everything was normal. But 250 kilometers away, at the Jalalabad Air Base in Afghanistan, the scene was completely different. Two modified Black Hawk helicopters were powering up. These were not ordinary helicopters. Their bodies had special radar-absorbing coating. Their engines were so quiet that even someone standing nearby could barely hear them. Inside these helicopters sat 23 commandos from Navy SEAL Team 6, America's most elite fighting force. No fear on their faces, no hesitation. They had rehearsed this mission over 100 times. But tonight was not rehearsal. Tonight was real. 12,000 kilometers away, in the White House Situation Room, America's most powerful people sat watching screens. President Barack Obama, Vice President Joe Biden, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, CIA Director Leon Panetta. Nobody was speaking. The room was dead silent. Only the faint buzz of satellite feeds filled the air. Because tonight was Operation Neptune Spear, the mission to kill the world's most dangerous terrorist, Osama bin Laden, the man who attacked America on September 11th, 2001, who killed 3,000 innocent people, the man America had promised to hunt down no matter how long it took. 10 years had passed since that promise, and tonight that promise was about to be fulfilled. But how did Osama reach this point? His story begins in 1957 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, born into one of the wealthiest families in the Middle East. His father was Saudi Arabia's biggest construction tycoon. Life was pure luxury, expensive cars, massive houses, best schools, everything money could buy. But 1979 changed everything. The Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan. Osama abandoned his wealth and traveled to Afghanistan to fight alongside the Mujahideen. And here comes the irony. America was actually helping him. The CIA supplied weapons, money, and training to Osama and the Mujahideen because the Soviet Union was America's enemy, and the enemy of your enemy is your friend. What America did not realize was that the man they were arming today would become their greatest nightmare tomorrow. The Soviets withdrew in 1989. War ended. But Osama's fire did not. When Iraq invaded Kuwait in 1990, Saudi Arabia invited American troops onto its soil. Osama saw this as the ultimate betrayal. He protested openly. Saudi Arabia stripped his citizenship and expelled him. He moved to Sudan, then to Afghanistan in 1996, where the Taliban welcomed him. From there, he declared war on America. In 1998, Al-Qaeda bombed American embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, killing 224 people. In 2000, the USS Cole was attacked in Yemen, killing 17 American sailors. But this was all just the beginning. September 11th, 2001, morning in New York, people heading to offices, thousands working inside the Twin Towers. At 8:46 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower. Glass shattered. Smoke erupted. People thought it was an accident. 17 minutes later, United Airlines Flight 175 hit the South Tower. Now the world knew. This was no accident. This was war. A third plane struck the Pentagon. A fourth, heading for the Capitol, crashed in a Pennsylvania field after passengers fought the hijackers, sacrificing themselves to save thousands. That day, 2,977 people died. The Twin Towers collapsed into dust. America mourned. But America also raged. President George Bush promised the attackers and anyone sheltering them would be found. The war on terror began. Afghanistan was invaded. The Taliban fell. Al-Qaeda camps were destroyed. But Osama bin Laden vanished, disappeared completely, as if the earth had swallowed him. December 2001. Intelligence suggested Osama was hiding in the Tora Bora Mountains on the Afghanistan-Pakistan border. Mountains so vast and treacherous that finding one man inside them was nearly impossible. America bombed heavily, sent ground forces. But Osama slipped into Pakistan, and so began the largest manhunt in history. The CIA formed a dedicated unit called Alex Station. Best analysts were assigned. Satellites watched constantly. Phones were tapped. Informer networks were spread everywhere. But Osama did something that left the CIA completely helpless. He quit technology entirely. No phone, no email, no satellite communication. He went fully off the grid. The most powerful intelligence agency on Earth, spending billions of dollars using the most advanced technology, could not find one single man. Years passed. 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007. Same story every year. Osama might be near the border, but where exactly nobody knew. Public patience was running out. Media questioned billions spent with zero results. But a small team inside the CIA refused to quit. They changed their approach. If we cannot find Osama directly, we track the people around him. Osama avoids phones, but his messages still travel through couriers. Human beings carrying messages physically. The CIA started hunting Al-Qaeda's courier network. In 2004, a name emerged: Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti. Multiple Guantanamo detainees mentioned this name when asked about Osama's messenger. But who Abu Ahmed actually was remained a mystery. Some prisoners claimed he was dead. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, the 9/11 mastermind, insisted Abu Ahmed no longer existed. But the CIA smelled deception. If he is truly dead, why is everyone working so hard to protect him? The thing hidden most fiercely is always the most valuable. By 2007, the CIA uncovered Abu Ahmed's real identity: Ibrahim Saeed Ahmed, Pakistani born in Kuwait. Now tracking him became the mission. But Abu Ahmed was extremely cautious. He left his phone in the car when entering cities, only made calls far from his home, never used any device near his actual location. But in 2010, he slipped up. A CIA asset in Pakistan spotted his white Suzuki. The car was followed. It led straight to a massive compound in Abbottabad. When satellite images of that compound arrived at CIA headquarters, jaws dropped. 3-story building, walls 12 to 18 feet high, barbed wire on top, no phone line, no internet. Trash burned inside instead of being put out. 3rd-floor balcony had a 7-foot privacy wall, a house worth nearly $1 million, yet no visible income source for anyone living inside. Someone important was hiding here. Someone who wanted zero contact with the outside world. Satellite footage showed a tall figure pacing the 3rd-floor balcony daily. The CIA codenamed him the Pacer, but his face was never clear enough to confirm. Was it really Osama? 60% chance, said some analysts. 80% said others. 40% said a few. Nobody could say 100. President Obama was given 3 options. First, a B-2 bomber strike to flatten the compound. Problem was, if Osama was not inside America, would have bombed an innocent house in a foreign country. International disaster. Second, a drone strike. Same risk plus no body for proof. Third, a ground operation. Send Navy SEALs inside. Most dangerous option. If anything went wrong, American soldiers would die on Pakistani soil. A diplomatic nightmare. But Obama chose option 3 because he wanted proof. Undeniable confirmation that Osama was dead. No conspiracy theories, no doubts. Hard evidence. SEAL Team 6 got the green light. The CIA built an exact replica of the Abbottabad compound on American soil. Identical walls, identical rooms, identical staircases. The SEALs practiced the raid over and over, day and night, in darkness and in light. Every run was timed, every mistake corrected. They were briefed on how many people lived inside, who slept where children stayed, where guards stood. Every inch was mapped, every second was planned. But one thing could not be planned: Pakistan's reaction. If Pakistan discovered the operation, they would either move Osama or shoot down American helicopters. Both meant total failure. So the operation stayed top secret. Even most American generals were not told. Pakistan was definitely not informed. April 29th, Obama gave the final go. But on April 30th, weather turned bad over Abbottabad. Thick clouds, strong winds. Mission postponed by 24 hours. Those 24 hours felt like 24 years. Every minute increased the chance of a leak. One wrong word, and Osama would disappear. Maybe forever. This time. May 1st night finally came. In Pakistan, it was already May 2nd. At Jalalabad, 23 SEALs boarded 2 Black Hawks. With them, a translator and a military dog named Cairo, trained to detect bombs and chase runners. 2 Chinook helicopters followed, carrying backup and extra fuel. The Black Hawks flew dangerously low, hugging mountains, skimming valleys, staying invisible to Pakistani radar. Pilots wore night vision goggles. Outside was pure darkness. Inside was dead silence. 90 minutes later, at 1:15 a.m., the helicopters reached Abbottabad. The plan was straightforward. First Black Hawk hovers over the compound. SEALs rappel down. Second Black Hawk lands outside to secure perimeter. But the instant the first Black Hawk reached the compound, everything went wrong. The high compound walls created an unexpected air pocket. Airflow shifted violently. The tail rotor clipped the wall. The helicopter started falling. In Washington, the Situation Room froze. Hillary Clinton covered her mouth. Obama leaned forward, gripping his chair. Everyone remembered Operation Eagle Claw, 1980, a rescue mission in Iran where a helicopter crashed. 8 soldiers killed. Complete failure. National humiliation. Was tonight going to be another Eagle Claw? But the pilot pulled off something incredible. As the helicopter dropped, he jammed the nose into the soft ground inside the compound. The aircraft tilted sideways and stopped. Damaged but stable. Nobody injured. Nobody dead. Plan was wrecked, but the mission was alive. SEALs jumped out and moved fast. The outer gate was blown open. Commandos stormed in. In the guest house, they found Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti, the very courier who had led them here after years of searching. He reached for his AK-47. SEALs fired first. He dropped. Ground floor of the main building. Abu Ahmed's brother tried fighting back. Killed. First floor. Osama's son Khalid stood on the staircase. Taken down. Now the 3rd floor. The final floor. Narrow staircase. Complete darkness. No idea what waited above. Maybe explosives. Maybe a suicide vest. The SEALs moved up anyway. The door opened. Darkness inside. A tall, bearded man stood in the room. 2 women near him. One woman screamed and rushed toward the commando. Fearing a suicide vest, the SEAL grabbed her and shoved her aside. That same second, another SEAL aimed and fired. 1 round to the chest, 1 round to the head. The man fell. The room went completely silent. Then came the radio call. The world had been waiting 10 years to hear. For God and country, Geronimo. Geronimo EKIA. Enemy killed in action. In Washington, Obama closed his eyes for a moment, then spoke. We got him. The SEALs photographed the body, ran facial recognition, grabbed hard drives, documents, and every piece of intelligence they could carry. The crashed Black Hawk was destroyed with thermite grenades to protect its classified technology. A backup Chinook extracted the team. Total time inside the compound, 38 minutes. By the time Pakistani jets scrambled over Abbottabad, the SEALs were already across the border. Hours later, Obama addressed the world. Tonight, I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden. New York erupted. Thousands gathered at Ground Zero. Tears flowed, flags waved, strangers hugged strangers. 10 years of waiting, finally over. This operation proved one thing to the entire world. It does not matter how long it takes. It does not matter how far you run or how deep you hide. If you spill innocent blood, justice will find you. Osama believed he could outsmart the most powerful nation on earth. He was wrong. In 38 minutes, without warning, without announcement, the most wanted man in history was erased. If you enjoyed this video, then hit the like button. We bring videos like this every week.